Section 4, Video 5. Solving a system of equalities. So a system means you have two or more equations, and to solve it, you're looking for a point of intersection. So one point that's on both lines. And the possibilities are that you'll have one solution if the lines cross, you'll have no solutions if they're parallel, and you have infinite solutions if you graph them and they happen to be the same line. So the first one here, we have two equations. So the first one we'll put as red. We have y-intercept is 2, a slope of -1/4. So I put rise of down 1, run of 4. This is an equation, not an inequality, so I just graph it. Now when we're trying to find intersection points, I recommend you plot as many points as you can. So I'm going to go up 1 to the left 4, which is still the slope, just backwards. And here's our line. Now again, we're looking for a point of intersection, so we want to be very accurate with our graphing. The next one I'll make blue, which is a y-intercept of -1. It's a slope of -1/1. So my rise is -1 and my run is +1. Now again, I want as many points as I can. So over 1, down 1, over 1, down 1, or down 1 over, however you want to look at it. But again, I'm looking for a point of intersection, so I'm really more curious about going towards the other line and seeing where they finally touch. Again, you have to be very accurate in order to find the proper solution or intersection point. In this case, the solution is a coordinate where the x value is -4 and the y value is +3. If you don't graph it accurately, you're going to be wrong with that point, so graph very carefully. So here comes our second question where it's not solved for y, so you have some decisions to make. Again, you have to graph them accurately, so if you make a mistake in solving these for y, it's going to mess up the whole problem. So the first one, I would subtract x from both sides, and I get -2y equals -x plus 2. I divide both sides by -2. And I have my first fraction right here, which gives you a 1/2 x. I have the second fraction right here, which gives us a -1. So I graph that. -1 y-intercept. My slope is up 1 to the right 2. And again, if I'm looking for a solution, I want to graph as many points as possible, so I continue on that slope and pattern. It's not an inequality, so I can just graph the line. Next one, same scenario. Again, you must be very good and efficient at solving for y, otherwise it's going to mess up your graph. I divide both sides by -2, and we end up with y equals first fraction 1/2 x, second fraction -4. So that's your y-intercept. I go up 1, the right 2, noticing that that pattern is the same as the other line. So I have two lines that have the same slope. That means they're parallel, so they will never cross or intersect, so no solution. One of the three scenarios we talked about. And this ends Section 4, Video 5.